Hi everyone, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am filming this outside from my deck. It is a beautiful day here in north central Alabama, and like most of the country, we have had a lot of cold and wet weather this winter, and so to have a day like this, it's just too good to waste it being inside. So I did start out this morning doing some meal prep and some cooking inside, but then I came out a little while ago to take our dogs for a nice long walk. And while I was walking the dogs, I was thinking a lot about my goals and my weight loss goals for this year. And so I thought I would jump on real quick and just kind of share my thoughts about goals and setting goals that are attainable and personally motivating, for each particular individual. So I think a lot of people set goals and they just kind of set them in, say, maybe 5 or 10 pound increments, and there's nothing wrong with that. Ooh, something flying by. There's nothing wrong with that. I think if that's the way you're going to approach your goals, that you ought to consider setting them at the 5 pound increments, because then that way you start building success and momentum around reaching those goals more quickly. If you think that 5 pounds isn't that much, then I would just challenge you the next time you're at the grocery store to go back to the meat department and pick up like a 5 pound chuck roast or a 5 pound pork butt or something like that, and kind of feel that, maybe carry it around for a while, really get the feel for what 5 pounds is. And it is a significant weight loss, so it is a significant goal if that's how you want to set your weight loss goals. For me, I kind of think about it more in terms of personal milestones. And so I jotted down a few. I'll grab my notes. So the main thing that I'm health issue that I'm working towards right now is to overcome obesity. So obesity is definitely a health issue. It is the root cause of a lot of other health issues, and so thankfully I don't have anything that causes me to be on medications at this point in my life, or I haven't been, and I don't want to be. So that's one of the reasons I really want to address the obesity. And so my weight has been up around like 198, just hovering right under 200 for the majority of this past year. And so with my height at 5'7", that puts my BMI into the obesity category. And so my first goal is to get my weight down. If I can bring it down to around 191, 192, then that's where I come out of the obesity BMI and into the overweight category. So that's my first little mini goal. I did lose already about 4 pounds this past week doing the Pruvit Keto reboot, and you'll see videos that I did on that, both preparing for the reboot and then my success with the reboot. So I am off to a good start this week. But I still need to drop about 4 more pounds to get down to that 191 range and feel and get out of the obesity and into the overweight BMI. So that's my first mini goal. My second goal is just a few pounds short of that. So really it's to get back into the 180s, to get out of the 190s. So 189 will be my second little mini goal, and that's really because I've been in the 190s for over a year, I guess during the holidays of last year. So the previous year, so like the holidays of 2017 going into 2018 is when I really climbed out of the 180s and into the 190s, and I've been in that range of the 190s ever since. So a big goal for me will be to get out of the 190s back into the 180s. So 189 is my second goal. Then my next goal is just, again, a few pounds less than that. It's 185. And this is meaningful to me because that is the weight that I was at when my granddaughter was born. And she's a little over 2 years old now. So probably by the time I get to this goal of 185 here in the next month or two, she'll be, well, coming up on 2.5. So she's a big piece of my motivation for wanting to get healthy and stay healthy is I want to be around. I want to be here, healthy, fit enough to participate in her life, enjoy doing things with her, enjoy watching her grow up, be able to attend her events and activities. I want to still be around when she graduates high school, and that's like 16 more years away. When she graduates college, that would be 20 years from now. And then as she, goes on to live her life and hopefully marry and have family and those kind of things, or whatever she chooses to do with her life, I want to be around to witness and participate in that. So that goal of 185, for me, it kind of turns back the clock to more than 2 years ago when my granddaughter was born. The next goal after 185 for me is 178. And that's meaningful to me because, first of all, it gets me out of the 180s. So then I will have gotten out of the 190s, out of the 180s. But 178 is the weight I was at when I turned 50. And I'm 54 now. I turned 54 back in October. So I'm a little over 54. But that was the weight I was at when I was 50. And I really celebrated turning 50 with taking a number of trips my birthday year and doing some fun things with Albert and with family and with friends. And so I remember feeling good at that weight. I still, in my mind, I was still, too fat, and that is overweight for me for sure. I'm still in that overweight category, but I do remember feeling good. And we did a trip up to New Hampshire, and I was able to do hiking and things like that, and felt really good doing that. So 178 is my next goal. The next goal after that's a little bit bigger. It's a 10-pound jump from 178 down to 168. And 168 is a meaningful goal for me because that is the weight that I was back in 2010. And that is about the time I started my current job at the current company I work for. And so prior to that, I had lost weight when I was 40 and in my early 40s, kept it off for probably about 5 or 6 years, doing low carb, low fat, and a lot of cardio. I was doing 5Ks and walking, jogging, and that sort of thing. And so again, I had a much more active life at that time. But in 2010, when I started this current job, I would say my workload went significantly up, my stress went up, my drinking wine at night went up, all of that increased, and my activity levels significantly decreased. And so that has been a large contributor to my weight gain these past 8 or 9 years. So getting back down to 168, where I was, to me, in my mind, kind of turns the clock back to 2010 when I was at a healthier weight and fitness level. After that, my goal is 158. So this is meaningful to me because this is what I weighed when I moved to Birmingham in 2008 and when I met Albert. That's the size I was when I met him. And so I just think it'd be really, again, cool and motivating for me to get back to that weight. And then the final goal that I have is 150. And basically that is the lowest weight that I have ever been at in, say, like the last 30 years, and basically in my adult life, after getting out of college and then pregnancy in my early 20s. I've hit that weight several times. I've never been able to maintain it for more than at a couple points, maybe a few months, in my 40s, a few years. So getting back down to that weight and sustaining it is just a huge goal. So that's really my goals and why I have those goals and why they're meaningful to me and motivating to me. Another goal that I have is that I have a trip coming up in May. It'll be the middle of May with a very, very dear lifelong friend who is an artist, and she is going to have her first gallery art show, her gallery opening in Chicago in the middle of May. And so I am definitely going to be there for that and take that trip. And so I don't know, where I'll be in terms of weight loss and my goals at that point. I'm hoping that right now I'm a size 14. I'm hoping that I'm at least back down to a 10. I would love to go shopping in Chicago for a really nice, pretty new dress and heels and that kind of thing to go to her gallery opening. So that's sort of in the back of my mind also as a goal that is something fun to look forward to and motivating to look forward to. So anyway, I just wanted to share that and maybe, give some thought behind setting goals that, like I said, are very motivating to you on a personal level. Your goals would be very different than mine, but if they've got meaning and significance to you, I'm hoping for me, I've written these down. I'm going to be reviewing these regularly each week and just keeping it in the front of my mind as I go through the week and have to make choices and deal with stress and just deal with life. That these goals are there in the forefront of my mind, and I'll keep you posted as I start reaching them, and we'll see how the progress goes. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful, and have a great day, and God bless.